Hey, welcome back to another weekly review. We've not had a video for a while, but it's been a crazy couple of weeks, Quint. Big difference that a couple of weeks makes. So about what's going on.
Yeah, obviously you'd have to be living under a rock not to see the market volatility, but I would say here we are just a few weeks removed from those, what was it? What was the reciprocal day is the way I would view it, but what was
Liberation
it called?
Day,
Liberation Day, right, which unveiled the tariffs that kind of shook the world. And then very shortly thereafter, we had the 145% tariffs on China, which probably created one of the best buying opportunities that we've seen in the last couple of years. Thankfully, we took advantage of that for the most part. Obviously, hindsight being 2020, it would have been nice to just go, hog wild, but nobody knew. But ultimately, it's exactly, we learn this lesson every year, at least once, if not many more times, that when these chaotic times occur, it doesn't matter how they occur or why they occur. We know they will occur. And they'll happen again, and there'll be something different this time. We'll always think, for the most part, that this time is different, right? That's the challenge. Everybody seems to think, I understand this happened before and markets will volatile, but this time
it's
this
really bad.
administration or this tariff or that trade war or this war, et cetera, now we're going to go to zero and not come back. And that's never the case. History... We go back hundreds of years. Every time we've had this chaotic, difficult situation, markets rebound, corporations improve, capital, in the United States flows to where money is to be made, and markets typically move higher. Doesn't always happen in a few weeks.
Yeah, right.
But time frames seem to be shortened. They seem to be shortened on the way down. That's why it seems so volatile and is. But they're also shortened on the way up. I believe that has a lot to do with information flow and how quickly information is getting to people. I know even when I started in the business, we had CNBC, but really we had to wait for the weekend's Barron's, which was it still is probably published over the weekend. I don't think many people read it, but Barron's was the Financial Times of the weekend per se, and you really had to get into that to really understand what was going on in politics and in markets and in corporations, and it would move markets for weeks thereafter. Now, in a matter of seconds, you know exactly what's going on. But what do we always say? You take a deep breath. There's no reason to get high emotion, get crazy, make changes that are going to influence the next 10 years of your life. Take a deep breath and know that we're in control.
Right.
We're not losing our minds, that's for sure. I've already lost my hair. I can no longer lose any more, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, and I think what we've talked about a lot recently is we'll probably get new leadership that comes out of this. Obviously, it's kind of just been a broad-based rally that we've had over the last couple of weeks to bounce off of this, but I think we'll start to see certain companies really rise to the surface.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's probably what I'm most excited about. I talk to students about this all the time. There's asymmetric risk and symmetric risk. What that means is there's things that can happen in the economy that will move all stocks. But then there's things that happen to stocks only or sectors only. So we do two things. We're always watching what can move the markets. That's geopolitics, economic, weather, right? Storms. You never know, right? War, et cetera. Okay. But then we're watching the fundamentals of corporations. It's one thing when this side gets chaotic, right? And all of a sudden at times you look across the landscape and go, well, markets are too cheap. Like across the board, everything's too cheap. Or sometimes, like we've said in years past, wow, markets are too expensive. But then we want to look over here. And this is what sustains bull markets. Now, to a degree, everybody knows. You turn on your news feed, you can look at your 401k, you know whether things are good or bad. But this side takes work. And what I love about this, Logan, is that we've seen the leadership of the past. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, the Mag 7. Well, you're right. We are seeing new leadership now. Names that people have never heard of are entering the space, and they're the ones moving the market higher. I love that. Yeah. These aren't necessarily new leaders, but let me give you some examples. If you own the S&P 500, like a lot of our clients do you know that you now own Coinbase? You now own Coinbase that was added to the S&P 500. Do you know that you own DoorDash, also in the S&P 500, or one of the best performing investments, Palantir? You probably have heard of Coinbase, maybe. You've definitely heard of DoorDash. Many of you have never heard of Palantir, yet they're all in the S&P 500, and that's the beauty of markets. So what's happening right now, you're right, we're seeing new leadership evolve, which makes me very optimistic regarding the future. Over here, craziness can happen. We might have it sooner rather than later, right? Oh, tariffs are back on. They're not on. They're on. They're not on. Oh, craziness. But over here, leadership, new money flow, and it's happening every day, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had a good run for the last couple of weeks, but obviously our position stays the same. We're going to keep watching. We're going to keep waiting. We're going to see for opportunities. We're also going to see if there's some risks out there that are coming with the potential rebound that we've had in the market. So we'll keep doing that. As far as how this affects you, I mean, just keep watching our videos, keep up with the news, and try to not have those emotional decisions. And I think financial planning really helps people with that. So if you don't have a financial plan out there, we're definitely available to help and start building a plan out for you to really go down that road and hopefully give you peace of mind as the emotions can kind of take over if you don't have some of that stuff in place.
Couldn't said it better myself. Nice job.
All right. Have a great weekend.